have a text message that clears your name from your sister. Can you pull out your phone and read that recent text from Britney?
Jamie Lynn Spears is showing receipts to clear her name. In a teaser clip for Jamie Lynn's recent appearance on the hit podcast Call Her Daddy, the Zoey 101 alum claims she has a text message which sets the record straight on her feud with her older sis, Britney Spears.
You have a text message that clears your name from your sister. Can you pull out your phone and read that recent text from Britney?
Do I have my phone? Hold on, your bigger seat. I see it right here. She says to me.
The convo is expected to drop in part 2 of Call Her Daddy podcast. But Jamie also shared in her new book, Things I Should Have Said, a recent apology text from Britney, which could have been the same text she discussed while appearing on the podcast. Quote, in a recent text from my sister, she stated herself, I know it's not your fault and I'm sorry for being so angry at you. Although I'm your big sister, I need you more than you need me and always have. Jamie Lynn wrote. It's unclear when Britney sent the text message, but things have been rocky between the pair for quite some time, and has only amplified as Jamie Lynn's new tell-all hit stands just 2 months after the toxic singer's longtime conservatorship was terminated. Just last week, the sisters went back and forth slamming one another on social media, and Britney even went on to tell her younger sis that she, quote, stooped to a whole new level of low. The singer addressed Jamie's claim, which was revealed in her new book, that there was an incident where Britney became, quote, scared and, quote, paranoid, and locked herself and Jamie in a room with a knife. Quote, I've never been around you ever with a knife, or would I ever think to do such. The only knife I ever saw you with at home was cutting the biggest pieces of squash, Britney shared. The pop star went on to beg her sister to, quote, stop with these crazy lies for the Hollywood books. Quote, now and only now I do know only a scum person would make up such things about someone. I'm actually very confused about you making that up. It's honestly not like you at all, Britney continued. The circus songstress concluded her message by telling her sibling, quote, congrats on going lower, lower, lowest. Britney's new message comes just hours after the Zoey 101 alum clapped back at her sister's, quote, exhausting claims surrounding her new book and her interview with GMA. Things I Should Have Said hit stands on January 18th. Its release comes 2 months after Britney's conservatorship was terminated. The Sweet Magnolias actress recently told Access Hollywood about the release date and why it was important for her to stick to it.
Once again, every time that I've ever wanted to do something in my life, it's always seemed to have been overshadowed by something else. But this book is something that I've worked on for a long time, using my voice and crafting. And I've spent my whole life navigating when I should do this or when I should do that. And this was a deadline that was set over a year ago, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. And that's a part of my personal growth, not changing it to please other people and sticking to this. Yes, is the climate different at times? It's always going to be ever-changing, but for the first time, I'm sticking to something that was mine from the beginning and still is mine. And I didn't give in to that space of, well, this will make everyone else happier.
Yeah, I just want to read something to you from the book that I thought was like, to me, it was one of the things that I was like, I cannot wait to have this conversation with Jamie.
Okay.
It was tough to read. I imagine it was very tough to write. But you said, no one protected me from the backlash of my older sister's struggles or prepared me for what our silence would cost. We were a tight-knit family torn apart by money, distorted truths, and undisclosed personal issues. And I want to know from you how you are reconciling some of this with your sister, with your father, with your mother, and now in your own families, but specifically you and your sister, how you are rallying around each other, now.
And again, like I said, it's a process that we're all going through and in different ways and shapes and forms, and I respect everyone's process. And it's silly, like, I think what I mean by that is that, I was always taught to be perfect and to pretend like things are perfect. Mm-hmm. And perhaps at times I should have been like, no, things suck right now, or I'm mad at this person right now, or whatever it is, because by not doing that, it only it only led to a perspective that necessarily was one-sided. And I mean, I know this is going to be silly to say, but like I look at like the Housewives and how like Kyle Richards and Kathy and them like were openly honest about things that like when they didn't talk or they were angry about things or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's so understandable and so relatable. And I just wish that I wouldn't have been so scared to be honest about everything and anything, because now I think that I've learned that that matters. And the truth is that all we have.